What's up, folks? It's Dan here from BeAGameCharacter.com. Welcome to our new cooldown video. This is replacing an old cooldown video that I had that I made forever ago. It's honestly just straight up archaic, and as soon as this one goes up, that one's going to be gone, or at the very least, it's going to link to this video. This is a companion video to our warm-up video. So if you haven't checked that one out yet, you should go check it out. That will be posted the day before this one goes live. And this is what you should be doing after a workout. So the warm-up video is pre-workout. This is your post-workout routine. This is going to help you with reducing soreness from your muscles and stiffness after working out. It's going to help with recovery time. It's going to help with preserving and increasing your flexibility. And it's just a nice full body routine to do after you finished any exercise that you do. I'll do this after running. I'll do this after working out. You know, after a martial arts workout. You know, lifting, anything along those lines. So we're going to jump right in, and we want to start off with, like with the warm-up, we're going to go from head down. So first thing that you want to do is you want to start with your neck. What we're going to do, we did neck rolls for our warm-ups. This time we're going to do just static stretches, and that's what we're going to have for most of our warm-up, most of our cool-downs. So what you want to do is you want to tip your head forward, and what you're going to do is you're going to tip it to one side, and you're just going to hold it. And you might want to apply a little bit of pressure with your hand in order to feel the stretch. If you don't feel it with just the weight of your head itself. If you are just starting out flexibility stuff, you're going to feel it just as soon as you get to here. If you were already a pretty flexible person, you might need to apply just a little bit of extra pressure so that you feel that little bit of tension on the back side of your neck. You should be feeling it right about here. And then you can also tip to the other side, and you should feel it right about here. Okay? With all static stretches that we do in this routine, you want to hold it for a minimum of 30 seconds. That is not a count of 30. That is a minimum of 30 actual seconds. When you just count 30 to yourself, if you're not saying, you know, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, you're probably speeding it up. So again, tip forward, one side, and then the other, 30 seconds each side. And then we're going to tip our head to our shoulders. And on this one, you probably do not need to pull with your head, pull your head with your hands. You want to just tip to the side nice and easy. You're going to hold that for 30. And then you go to the other side and hold it for 30. We're not going to do an upper stretch because the tendency to tip your head back too far is just too great. And on top of that, you don't really need to stretch out the muscles here anyway. They don't really have the range of motion to benefit from it. From there, we are going to move on to our shoulders. All right? We're going to start off by stretching out our lats on the back upper level. And for that, we're going to reach our arms straight out, hold it across, and pull it tight. And you should feel this right where your scapula kind of connects back to your spine, right along here, your upper lat range, all right? So we're going to pull across and hold like that. And notice my forearm is behind my elbow. And we're going to do the opposite side just the same after we've held that first one for 30 seconds. Remember, 30 seconds for every motion. And then from there, we're going to move on to stretch out our triceps. Tricep stretch, you're going to reach your hand back here like you're patting yourself on the back. And you're going to reach your other hand over, you're going to pull your elbow back until you feel the stretch right here in your triceps. And depending on your range of motion, you might even feel it under here a little bit as well. You want to keep your back straightened up, and you're just going to pull back and hold for 30 seconds. And then once you've got your 30 seconds, then you're going to go to the other side as well. Obviously, I'm doing an abbreviated speed here. This is not the full stretch time you would be holding it for. From there, we're going to move to stretch out our pecs. And for this, you're going to need a wall, like this one right here. And you're also going to hit your biceps a bit with this stretch as well. What you want to do is you want to take your arm and you're going to place it on the wall like this. All right, you're going to turn your head and look in the opposite direction, and you're just going to twist your upper body until you feel that stretch in your pecs, right in here. And you'll also feel a little bit in your biceps. Notice my arm is like this, nice and flat. I'm not turning my hand like this. I'm placing just basically the edge of my thumb against the wall, looking and twisting that way. And just go until you feel the stretch. It shouldn't be painful. You should just feel the tension. You go, oh, there it is. And you're going to go to the other side. Again, my arm goes here. And I just look and I twist my trunk until I feel it right in here and also in here. 30 seconds each side as before. All right? Next thing we're going to do is we're going to stretch out our obliques and our lower lats. And for that, we're going to bring back something we did for the dynamic stretch. We're going to do the static version of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach my arm up nice and high. I'm going to tuck my other arm against my stomach here so I resist the urge to coast on my leg. And I'm going to lean to the side and let gravity do its thing. And what you should feel is you should feel the stretch going all the way from your hip, all the way up to your armpit, hit your back a little bit right here, and that whole area. You want to make sure that you don't pitch forward as you're doing this. This is serving no purpose. You might get a little stretch in your back, maybe if you're lucky. You want to make sure you stay upright and just tip to the side, like this. Notice how I'm still facing you. And once you hold that for 30 seconds, you're going to go over to the other side and hold that one 30 seconds as well. From here, we're going to move on to stretch out our back just a little bit more. And what you're going to do is, this is going to look kind of like bending over to touch your toes, but it's not. You want to put the emphasis on your back. So what you're going to do is you're going to leave yourself with live knees, bend your knees a little bit. You're going to tip forward, all right? You're going to lean forward, and you're going to grab your wrist with one hand. You're going to tip gently to the side, and you're going to curve your back. And you can see from the side here, I am rounding my back over. I'm not keeping it completely straight. I'm rounding a little bit, and I am just pulling ever so gently with this arm down here, and really feeling that stretch in my side here. If you look from the front, you can see I'm not bending straight over. I'm tipping to the side and really pulling forward that hand. And I'm going to switch hands up, and I'm going to go and hit the other side as well. You should feel this in your back, from your lower lats all the way down to right around your upper pelvic region. So again, 30 seconds each side with that one. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and move down to the floor for the rest of our stretches. We're going to start off with a nice back arch, and you're going to come down, you're going to scoop along the ground, and you're going to push up and arch your back. And you're going to look to the sky with your face. And you want to try and keep your belly button close to the ground, and your pelvis definitely in contact with the ground. And you're just going to push up and arch until you feel that stretch. You're going to hold that for 30 seconds. And then from there, you're going to come back, and you're going to round your back over, leave your hands where they are, and just settle back as far as you can until you feel the stretch. This is again going to be hitting your back, your lats, all that good stuff. I actually love this stretch so much that I'll typically do it twice. I'll do 30 seconds on the ground, 30 seconds back like this, and then I'll go back down here for another 30 seconds. And then I'll bring it back for another 30 seconds, like so. Notice my hands stay in place, basically the same place the whole time. From here, continuing with our top-down approach, you're going to sit down nice and easy on the ground. You're going to go ahead and you're going to bring your leg over, all right? And you're going to pull your knee up to your chest, and this is going to stretch out your glutes, your butt muscle, all right? What I'm doing here, to show you from the side, is I'm going here, and I'm not leveraging my ankle like this. I'm grabbing my knee with my palm, and I'm keeping the knee close to my chest. And I should feel this right down here in my butt. Now, if you don't feel it in your butt, if you get to here and you're like, oh, I don't feel this in my butt, all right? What you want to do is you want to start bringing that knee to the opposite chest. You don't want to bring your leg, your lower leg to the opposite chest. You want to bring the knee to the opposite chest, to your opposite chest, nice and tight until you feel that stretch. And then you're going to switch your legs up and come across here. Ooh, I got a nice bruise there. And you're going to pull it up again until you feel that stretch in your butt. Hit those glutes up. For the next bit, you're going to need a pillow or some sort of pad. I've got my trusty kid kick pad right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to lay that on the ground. You're going to kneel on it like this. All right? You're going to lunge forward with the other foot, and then you're going to grab your back foot, and you're going to pull it up until you feel the stretch in the front of your thigh, your quads. You should feel it basically right in here, going all the way up to your head. So you're going to grab it and lean in. If you don't feel the stretch, like say you're here and you don't feel the stretch, you just want to kick that front foot out a little further. You never want your knees really going past your toes when you're doing this. And you're going to pull it tight, and you're just going to lean. And as you get more flexible, you'll have to go further and further forward with this foot in order to feel the stretch in your quads. And that's a good thing because it means you're stretching out. You can do that on both sides. Again, 30 seconds each side. So I'm here. Kick that front foot forward. And you just want to keep that balance and pull tight. This one feels great. It squats. This is amazing. Great post squat stretch. And again, 30 seconds each side. I'm going to keep repeating that over and over again so you get it through your head. 30 seconds for each static stretch. From here, we are going to hit up our hamstrings. And what we're going to do, this is also probably going to hit your glutes and your calves a bit too, depending on how flexible you already are. You're going to sit up. Now, you might already feel the stretch if you're here. Notice I'm like an L, my back is straight. You might already feel the stretch here. This might be it. This might be your stretch. All right? In fact, your stretch might be here or here. All right? Keep those arms out to the side. This might even be your stretch. Notice what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to feel the stretch while keeping my back straight. That's the key. If I round my back, I can get my hands further forward, but I'm not doing the stretch properly. I want to keep my back straight, heels on the ground, toes pointed towards the sky, and posture up with a nice straight back. Now I can actually go further. Once you get to the point where you're past 90 degrees, you kind of have to round your back. You want to try and still avoid it, but there's no real way to get further without rounding your back just a little bit, but you still want to try and maintain as straight a back as possible. Now, if all you can get is your knees, that's fine. If all you can get is your thighs, that's fine. If all you can get is your ankles, that's fine. I can just barely get to my toes. I'm working on it right now because I used to be more flexible than this. And you want to hold that for 30 seconds. From here, you're going to kick your legs up. I'm going to show you the front view so you can see what goes on here. All right. You're going to straddle, and what you're going to do is you want to walk forward with your heels a little bit, which is going to spread your legs out a little bit further than you can just pull it to the side with your hips alone. All right. Again, I want to keep a straight back here. And what I want to do is I just want to lean forward and keep my back straight and just reach as far as I can. Now, you don't have to go crazy wide with your feet to feel the stretch here, but the wider you go, the more this is going to hit inside here, and that's where you should be feeling it. Once again, my toes are to the sky, all right? I don't want to be rolling my toes in or letting them roll in like this, because that's no good. It won't help the stretch at all. I'm going to keep my toes straight up, and I'm just going to reach down, and again, trying to keep my back as straight as possible. From here, after your 30 seconds, we're going to kick into a figure four. On the figure four, what I want to make sure is that my hips stay relatively straight, and I am reaching down with both hands, not just one, and leaning and cheating like that to get more distance. Reaching with both hands to try and grab my foot, my ankle, my calf, my knee, whatever you got. Keep that back as straight as you can while you're doing it, and then you're going to switch to the other foot, and again, straight out like so. Key here, one of the ways that you can get a little more distance, is if you take a deep breath in, go, and then go, and breathe out. You'll find you'll be able to reach just a little bit further. After that, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our feet out straight, but what we're going to do this time is we're going to point our feet, and we're going to reach again, and you're actually going to feel this in a surprising spot. You're going to feel this right on top of your calves right here. All right, this is going to stretch out your anterior tibialis, and you're going to reach down as far as you can as before. The back rounding is not so much of an issue this time just because you're going for distance. You're not going to feel this in your hammies as much. That's not what you're shooting for. You're shooting for the top here. This is going to help alleviate shin splints. If you get shin splints from running, this will help with that. This is going to hit kind of the same area. And once again, you're going to hold for 30. And then finally, we're going to stretch out our calves. For our calf stretch, what we're going to do is we're going to go up like this, one leg at a time, and we're going to push that heel down to the ground and walk those hands out without taking the heel off the ground until we feel the stretch in our calves. So once we got that for 30 seconds, then we're going to switch to the other foot. You might find that one calf is more flexible than the other, in which case you might have to kick in a little bit to get that heel back down on the ground. And then we're just going to go down and hold for 30 seconds. And that's it. That is our full cool down routine. A whole bunch of static stretches. Help alleviate soreness, help keep you flexible, increase your flexibility along with the dynamic stretches from the beginning, and also aid with recovery time. So thank you for watching. As always, remember, live boldly, change the world, and continue to be awesome. Bye-bye.